The first-time author's curse. Is there really such a thing? Actually, yes, there is, and it's called inexperience. First-time authors just don't know what they don't know. The publishing industry is complicated, and it seems daunting to authors approaching it for the first time. Heck, it seems daunting and complicated for those who have been in it for a while. And just like any other industry, experience in the field unlocks most of its secrets. But how do you gain that experience so you don't suffer the curse? It doesn't have to be your experience. Learn from others who have already beaten it. And then stay to the end of the video to learn how not only to beat the curse, but to learn the 3 most important truths that any author must know to make it big. Hello, this is EJ Thornton, and welcome to Books to Believe In's channel, where we talk about all things related to creating, publishing, and marketing books, ebooks, merch, videos, and more. Publishing is changing and evolving. Even as you watch this, new technologies are emerging and improvements to existing technologies are being developed. There are just so many options available to you to get your message out, and I know you want to find the right one for you in this sea of choices, and that's what this channel is intended to do. One significant reason many publishers hesitate to work with first-time authors is that the publishing learning curve is huge. To train up an author on terminology, expectations, requirements, and nuances of publishing takes a great deal of effort. For most, it isn't worth it for someone who only has one book. This is why publishers look for authors with the potential for several books, and why someone with a previously published book is a much more attractive prospect. They've already been through Publishing 101. Having been a first-time author myself with my first novel, Angel on Board, I learned the publishing business the hard way, through the school of hard knocks. I learned mostly from my own mistakes. Then I started seeking out other authors and getting anecdotal advice from those authors who were further ahead of me on the publishing journey. Everyone else's experiences were vastly different, so most of their advice didn't apply to me. That was frustrating. It was hard to get a handle on the real fundamental core elements that were required to make reasonable publishing decisions. The first most important publishing truth I found was that an author's job is the same, no matter who publishes them. The author's job is to promote their own book. This is as basic as it comes. There may be other people on the team doing book promotion too, but for the author, this never ends. After a while, I became the publisher who started working primarily with first-time authors. I realized that my experience was reasonably typical, and that there wasn't any real solid advice out there for the first-timer. My education at the School of Hard Knocks was expensive, and it became my purpose to save others that pain, to spare others from suffering the first-time author's curse of inexperience by being able to capitalize on my experience instead. I worked with over 100 authors directly and gave courses to thousands more. I found most authors developing their books in a bubble, trying to figure out all of this on their own, and they were grateful for a lifeline. I found other authors asking everyone for advice, getting conflicting information, and not moving out of the starting blocks because they didn't know which way to turn. We guided them through. I worked with authors who had already been successfully published in the commercial world, but were not satisfied with what they were paid. Attempting to self-publish their own books, they turned to us for advice as well. They all found out that merely analyzing other successful authors' experiences and applying someone else's experience to their situation just doesn't work. Not in the book business. The second publishing truth I found is that it isn't anyone else's job to make you rich, and you can't hire someone to do it for you. Even as a publisher, I couldn't make that happen for authors if they weren't willing to accept the first truth, that book promotion just never ends. The third truth is that each book was as individual as its author. Even more so, each path to publishing success was going to be a one-of-a-kind journey. Each book's objective was unique, and each author's position was unique to it. Trying to build a one-size-fits-all path down the publishing road is simply impossible. So I became the publisher I wished I could have found. One that taught me how to make my book successful by developing its own unique path so that the first-time author curse was neutralized. This channel and the videos that follow are the lessons taken from that journey. Some will apply to every book ever written, like get it edited by someone who knows how to edit books, get a great book cover that sells the book even when you're not around. I might have gotten tons of conflicting advice from other authors over the years, but there was one thing they all agreed on. Perseverance is the true key to success. Never quit, never give up, because your message matters. It's because I never gave up that my one and only novel, Angel on Board, found its way to number 7 on all of Amazon, and it still makes sales every month, even though it was published in 1998. Since it was based on true stories, Angel on Board spun off into a non-fiction counterpart. And because of my experience with these books, I've been able to teach thousands of authors, publish over 300 books for over 100 authors, coordinate and teach 3 symposiums on publishing, and I'm still publishing videos, books, ebooks, merch, and more. If I had given up in 1998 when my book looked like this, I wouldn't have helped thousands of people reach such a significant milestone in their lives, overcoming the first-time author's curse and graduating from Publishing 101. Thank you for checking out our channel. Please like, subscribe, and click notify for personal publishing stories, advice on your project, and much more, because your message matters.